Hey, glad you came back. So look here. So today I wanted to give people an alternative to cooking oxtails, right? Because back in the day, oxtails were like, hey, couple bucks you can get like 10 pounds of them. I know I'm dating myself, but yeah, but whatever. So I'm going to give you alternatives to this, and on average, it costs half the price of oxtails, but it actually uh, tastes pretty much the same. And what I mean by that, we're talking beef shanks. Okay. I know you saw a thumbnail. Well, at least I hope you saw a thumbnail. Um, I'm going to show you how to cook them, and I'm going to cook them a lot like I cook oxtails. In fact, I'm going to be braising them. So the beef shanks are actually they're the shins of the cow. Okay, right? So and a lot of people don't know how to cook them because it's actually a tough meat. Okay, it's very tough. So you have to cook it for a long time. Much like you have to do oxtails, really. I mean, to be fair. But I'm going to show you how I cook them. We're going to go through it. It's flavorful. Look at this. Yeah, this is what we're doing. Oh yeah, let's put in some work. Sure you don't need a tissue, something, nothing. I'm just saying, hey, well, let's do this.
Hey, this is Shrashira. That's the best elevator music I ever heard.
The ingredients are relatively simple. Okay, you want to think of it as cooking it the same way you would cook oxtails, for example. Right, we're braising it. Okay, we got about four minced garlic cloves. Okay, we got green bell peppers. Use as much as you like. I just happen to have two small ones, so I went ahead and used both of those. I have 3 stalks of celery that I've sliced up, diced up. I have 1.5 white onions that I've sliced up, diced up. They're large dice, of course. And then here I had to use baby carrots because that's all that I had in the fridge. But I probably used about 12 or 13 of those. I just need it for a little more of the sweetness. Now, we have our beef broth, right? It's just 32 ounces of beef broth. I'm going to use the whole thing because you need to lick. It's going to braise for a long time, okay? And then here we have 3 cups of red wine, okay? That's going to give it more of that body, add some life to it. And then, of course, we got your beef shanks. Now, as you can see, they look a lot like oxtails. But what this is, the beef shanks, they are from the shins, if you will, of the cow. Where the oxtails come from the tail of the cow, or the bovine spirit, if you will. What we're going to do now is we're going to start by searing the beef shank. And then we are going to saute the vegetables. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm breaking out my big cast iron Dutch oven. Okay. What I'm going to be doing, we'll turn the heat on. Put that medium. I'm going to add canola oil to it because that's my oil of choice. So just enough canola oil to cover the bottom. We're not deep frying it. Let's check and make sure. I want this to be at least 350 before I put the beef shanks in. Okay, so now let's add the shanks. Now you'll notice, or maybe, well, I didn't show you, but I tied butcher's twine around it just to kind of help it hold its shape. But it's gonna come loose. Okay, we're gonna give these a good 3 minutes on each side. Now, you notice I didn't season the beef shanks. The reason for that is because I'm going to be braising them for a long time, I'm actually going to be seasoning the vegetables that they're going to be sitting on top of. Okay? And I'll just be seasoning with salt and pepper, you know. Make sure they're down. Now, even though I said 3 minutes, if I go to lift this up, lift the steaks up and they don't move, I'm going to leave them down a little longer because they should release when they're seared properly. All right, let's see if I can release some of these. No, not quite. Let it keep moving. All right, let's turn these guys over. Yes. All right, so now we're gonna take these out, and then we're gonna start working on the veggies. See you in a bit. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add our carrots and our onions. Carrots go in. Onions. Some onions in there. Let's get these sauteed up. You know, just saute them, you know, a couple minutes, you know. And as the juice is released from the vegetables, it's going to deglaze, it's going to help deglaze the bottom of the pan or your pot. Or in this case, for me, my Dutch oven. Now the celery goes in. Now I know you're probably asking, well, what about the garlic? All right? You have to add the vegetables in layers, you see? And the garlic, if I add it too early, is gonna burn. Nobody wanted to burnt gas. No burnt garlic, huh? And the only reason why I'm doing this, just to add more flavor in the oil, right? Now the bell pepper goes in. I'm actually going to slightly, if the heat was at medium, I'm going to slightly put it medium, high. Now I'm going to add the garlic. Yeah, I know you guys probably ask, like, he changed his gloves a lot. And I do. You know, grease splatters, you know, you get meat juices, blood on your hands, you know, so I wear the gloves, right? Will I run out of gloves? It's very rare because I buy them 1,000 at a time. So, and right now I got 2.5 cases of them in there. So I got about, 2,400 gloves? So I'm good. Unless Mama Shaw starts sending them out to people again. Yep. Deglaze the pan. Those juices coming out of the veggies. Now, let's go back to the garlic real quick. So you saute your vegetables. You put the garlic in. I mean, as you're putting the garlic in, you'll smell the garlic, right? But once you put it in, you won't really smell it. But once you start to smell it again, it's time to go to the next step because you don't want to burn them up. Which brings me to the wine. The wine goes in. And now I'm going to turn the heat to high. Now that I've put the wine in. Let me put the lid on this joint. I'm going to let this go for about 5 or 6 minutes. And then we're going to check it out. If it's boiling, then I'm going to add the beef shanks back to it. And then we're going to add our beef broth to it. And then it's going to be, we'll be in the home stretch. It's going to be a long home stretch, but it'll be a home stretch nonetheless. All right, so now it's been boiling here now for roughly 3 minutes, but I'm actually going to let this, because of the volume and because I'm greedy for flavor, I'm going to let this just boil like this with the lid off for about 7 more minutes. I'm just going to let it reduce just a little bit to condense all the flavors. Now let me add some salt and pepper to it. This is about when I normally add the salt and pepper. And I'm not going to add a lot of salt because I'm using the boxed beef broth. And even when it says low sodium, them joints can be really, really salty. So let's let these flavors condense. And plus, I have to watch, when I you could put chilies in here and things. You can put cayenne, crushed red peppers in it. Me, I can't, because the peanut gallery, they'll be on me and they won't let me live it down for anything. So I have to be light on the spicier seasoning, especially Mama Shaw. She gets triggered if I use anything heavier than black pepper, even if she likes it. She gets on me. So, yeah, and that's crazy. She'll get on me about it, but then if I leave it out, she'll get mad because something's missing. And then I tell her I didn't put this in there, and then she gets mad because I didn't put it in there. And I'm like, woman logic, man. like you don't want it, I don't put it in. And because I didn't put it in, you get mad. I got enough stuff going on with my brain meats. I don't need any additional stress. Yeah, just letting this reduce just slightly. And again, you don't have to worry about if you're feeding children or anything. They're not going to get drunk with all this wine because 3 cups, that's what? A 750 milliliter bottle, the whole thing. But you're cooking the alcohol out, right? So you're just going to get the flavor of, excuse me. You're just going to get the flavor of the wine itself, not the alcohol part of it. I guess about another 4 minutes. Yeah, it's reduced down quite a bit, considering the size of the pot. I'm just in the habit of stirring it. But when it's like this, you don't really have to stir it because it's not going to stick to the bottom. Well, at least mine isn't, because my cast iron is pretty much seasoned very well. And plus, with all this liquid in here, you don't really have to worry about it till it starts drying up. And as you can see, this doesn't look like it's going to dry up anytime soon. So I give about another 2 minutes. Okay, now we're going to add our beef shanks back to it, juice and all. Yeah, get in there. And juice. I want all that flavor. And now we're going to add our beef broth. All right. Now we're going to keep it on high. Okay. We're going to keep this on high for about a half hour. And then we're going to turn it all the way down as low as it could get. And let it go for another 3 hours. So I guess I'll see you in 3 hours. All right. So look, I let the 30 minutes go. Okay. Now I turn it all the way down to low. And I'm going to let that sit there for about 3 hours. Every now and again, I'll come through and check. And if you're doing this, I recommend you check too. However, I was looking at it and I felt like it needed more. Okay. So what I did was I put about a third of a cup of tomato paste into it. Okay. Just give it more body. Okay. Yeah. I couldn't resist. I looked at it. Basically, my brain was like, you know what? That doesn't quite look red enough. So what do we got? So I went in the pantry, saw some tomato paste. Yeah, let's put that in there. Let's complement that red wine. So, having said that, I guess I'll see you guys in about 3 hours. Yeah. I'll be back. All right, so it's been 3 hours. Okay. I tested it. It's not as tender as I want it to be. The temperature on the piece of the meat are about 198 or so, but I really want it to be falling apart. I want it to really break down. So I'm gonna give it another hour. You could probably hear it percolate. Let me go so you can hear it. Yep. I'm gonna give it another hour, and then we're gonna plate up, and you can see what we end up with. Right? Basically, it should be the way I like it. It should be like almost shredded. You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna be. It's definitely gonna be falling apart because that's how I like it. Some people like it to be whole, so they will stop cooking it when it hits about 190 or so. But I want mine to hit 205 at a minimum, so it falls apart. So I'll see you in an hour, and you'll see what I got, and we're gonna plate it up, and we're gonna enjoy it. Okay, let's get some potatoes on here. We don't need a lot, just a little bit of potato. And you can find the recipe for these potatoes on my channel. Get some of the beef shank. Yes. Beef shank. Veggies. Yes. All right. All right. Hey, we did work today, right? If you like this video, if you like the recipe, try it out. Let me know what you think, okay? If you're not already subscribed, hey, go down, hit subscribe, join the peanut gallery. Hey, we have room for you, and our arms are always open. And you know what else? We'll even leave the light on for you at night so you can find us in the dark. Also, if we're not connected on Instagram, go to Instagram, put my name in, Shrashira, look for the gray cat, and let's connect. That being said, you saw what I cooked. I got to feed the masses. Let's get to it. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your day.